Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about the bull, the bear, the tortoise, and the hare. And this is basically a recap of a video we did a few months ago, but basically updating it to where we currently are. So if you're unfamiliar with why we call it that, it's because, with Bitcoin we have a bull market, we have a bear market, but the bull market can then be further broken down into two distinct phases. One which is more of a slower and methodical move up, the other one which is a parabolic move up. So if you guys like the content, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Also, check out the Telegram channel in the description below, and also check out the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com. Now, one of the things we want to, in order to outline the bull, the bear, the tortoise, and the hare, we first need to pick our prior all-time highs, right? And we want to be looking at the weekly closes, not the wicks. So let's go to the weekly close and let's draw it all the way out to over here. The next one will be this one here, and then drawing it all the way over until we basically sustainably broke through it. And maybe I need to draw this one a little bit better. So it looks like it was, let me grab this and move it back because I did it too far. So let's go there. And then the last one is back in the first cycle. And we'll go to the body of the candle and go over. So we know, right, that there's bear markets, and we can see the bear markets. They're pretty distinctly defined, right? This is the first one. Here is the second one. And for the purposes of this video, we're just drawing it to the bottom. So we're not going to draw it until we say broke the 20 week. We're just drawing it to the bottom, to the bottom that Bitcoin experienced in that cycle. So there we have it. You can see the three major bear markets that we've had. And then we actually tend to have two phases to the bull market. Now, the first phase is this one. And then this is the one that takes us to a prior all-time high. It's more of a slower and more methodical move up rather than, say, like a parabolic move. Once we get to that region, things change. But first we're going to just draw those moves. So this one to that. And then one more. So we're going to go from here all the way out here. So you can see basically the formation, the systematic formation here. We have the bear market, and then we have a bull market. That's essentially a slow move up back to the previous all-time high. It's not a parabolic move, right? It's a slow move up. Sometimes we go well above it. Sometimes we come back down below it. But it's more or less a slow move up to the prior all-time high. Once you get to the prior all-time high and hold it as support, then things tend to go a little bit more parabolic. So we're gonna outline that as well. Let's pick a new color. Let's go with blue. So then we go parabolic to wherever the next paradigm shift is, right? So that's one. Here's the second one. We can also just draw the first one because this was just the start of the cycle. So that's what it looks like. And then continuing on in this fashion, right? Same idea. We're gonna draw one more, and this one we're gonna start it out here, say in January of 2022, and then draw it out to say August of 2023, and let's draw it to around 130K or so, somewhere around there. So what we see, right, is that it's going to take longer, as we've said before, to get to the prior all-time high. If you guys are familiar with lengthening cycles, which is what we talk about on the channel, you're already well aware of this. But people tend to get too ahead of themselves, right, when Bitcoin starts going parabolic a little bit. For instance, this move that Bitcoin did from 3,800 to 12K, yeah, it was a really nice move. A lot of people have made a lot of money. We're happy about that, right? But we also have to remember that the price of Bitcoin not that long ago, just over a year ago, was 14K. Last summer it was 14K, and we're still below that. So I just want to remind people not to get too carried away, right, and things going parabolic immediately. Of course, it could happen. We could go into another bubble and then even come back down to this line and then continue on up. But the point, right, is to remember that in order to get to the prior all-time high, it tends to be a more methodical approach, right, a slower move up, the tortoise phase of the bull market, not the hare phase, not where we're just going parabolic and everyone is and you know, people are watching it go up like 5x in a year or 10x in a year or something. So this is something you need to be aware of. Don't get too far ahead of yourself, right? And anytime Bitcoin starts to move, then people start to say, right, lengthening cycle theory is wrong. Anytime it pulls back, then all the bears come out and say Bitcoin's going back down to 1800. This is just noise. It's just noise to me, right? We know that it's probably going to take longer for Bitcoin to get to the prior all-time high. We know this. And we know this because we've looked at past cycles and identified that this is what the data indeed suggests. And if we go on here and put our trusty regression line, right, we see the structure play out, right? We see the structure. This is the green line. You can see the green line here. It tends to be within the regression band, right? And the regression band, as you know, tends to be our accumulation region, right? So accumulation region, and accumulation region. And we're slowly moving up to our prior all-time high. And the reason why I drew it here, as many of you already know, because the regression band is monotonically moving up, we know that the regression band, it's going to get up to around 20K by approximately the end of 2021, early 2022. So it's going to be around 20K in about 14 months. And we saw that in the last cycle, we got to our prior all-time high within the regression band. So I would expect us to get to a sustainable 20K, as I've mentioned before, within the regression band. So even if you see us pull back, we went to 12.4 or so, and then people are super excited. We pull back to 11.6, and then it's kind of like crickets in the market, right? No one's interested anymore because it's no longer moving. But we were at less than $4,000 in March. So it's all a matter of perspective, and it's just remembering that this phase of the cycle is one that is probably going to be a little bit more drawn out than, say, the last year and a half of the cycle, which will probably take us sometime in 2022 to 2023, maybe even, depending on when it starts, 2024. So this is what we're looking for. I tend to say, right, that we're probably going to get to a sustainable 20K by the fourth quarter of 2021 or the first quarter of 2022. So this is what I'm looking for. And again, it's because if you extend the regression line out, we're going to get to around 20K within that time frame. So this is ultimately what we're looking for. And then once we get to a sustainable 20K, then I would anticipate us going parabolic over the next, say, 1 to 1.5 years and getting to the upper logarithmic regression line, which is somewhere between $100,000 to $200,000 per Bitcoin. This would be when people are buying Bitcoin that have no business buying it, but dumb money will be dumb money, and then we'll be there to sell, right? If I'll be there to sell anyways. It's not financial advice. I will certainly be there to sell the Bitcoin that I've been accumulating at the levels that are closer to its a fair valuation, rather than buying it when it's several times overvalued. So I wanted to do an update. First of all, actually, let me remind you, if you guys like the premium content, we do have the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com. The prices are going up soon. If you want to get grandfathered in at the lower price, make sure you sign up soon so that you can pay the lower price rather than paying the price that it's going to increase to here in a few weeks. Remember, if you want access to the premium list, or you're curious about what it has, there's 6 different perks, right? The perk that people love the most is the alerts channel, the Telegram private alerts channel. There's also a chat room, but on the alerts channel, I basically communicate my thoughts on the market. We'll tell you kind of like what I'm doing, some of these momentum shifts in the market. We have that. We have the chat room, the private chat room, the risk dashboard, which is what I use to trade these longer term moves in the market, the strategies dashboard, which allows you to investigate dynamic DCA sell strategies for Bitcoin and Ethereum. In addition to those 4 things, you also get a weekly premium video and a weekly premium report. And again, these weekly videos are, I put a lot more work into them than, say, the public ones. So, and again, as we continue on in the market cycle, the public content will become less and less, and the premium content will become more and more. So remember, if you want to get grandfathered in at the lower price, sign up soon. You can also pay with crypto for 6 or 12 months and get a discount. So check it out, intothecryptoverse.com. I also wanted to let you know we do have a winner of the YouTube banner competition. So this is the new banner of the channel. Congratulations to, he just goes by In on the Telegram channel, but I think his handle's like Pilot In or something like that. So he made this banner and he won the competition. So congratulations to him. He wins a year subscription to the premium list. So thanks everyone for participating. This was ultimately the one that I picked out as the winner. So again, business as usual, right? The bottom of the regression line, if we dropped there, would be around 61.83. Remember, the 200-week currently is at 64.75, and we've shown before, right, that it's starting to cross the regression line. And the last time we crossed it, right, back in 2016, we stayed out of the regression line and we entered it right at the prior all-time high. So maybe we're going to see something similar where the 200-week moving average continues this way, right? Slowly moves up. The regression line obviously moves up quicker, something like that. And then they ultimately meet again in a few years, closer to the next all-time high. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, talking about Bitcoin, the bull, the bear, the tortoise, and the hare. We recognize that Bitcoin, despite its bullish momentum recently, it's still in the tortoise phase, where it's still a slower move up to the prior all-time high. Once we gain that ground, then we are more capable of going, truly parabolic for Bitcoin. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out the Telegram channel. We have over like 5,400 people in there. So if you're looking for a community, check it out. You can find the link in the description below. That'll wrap it up for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Bye.